Now we're going to use the TI-84 graphing calculator to create a box and whisker plot. And I'm going to use the set of geometry quiz data that I had in the notes. So the first thing that you need to do is enter the list of data. So you're going to press Stat, which is on the calculator, scroll to one edit right here, and you can press Enter once you're there, or just press 1 and it'll automatically bring up the edit screen. Scroll to a list, usually list 1. You can actually rename these if you want, but it's not usually worth the effort. Then you're going to type in the numbers, pressing Enter after each data point until you're done. And you can see here the bottom line shows the list name and the point number. So here I have 20 data points entered above this black rectangle there. Now, if you have frequencies, go ahead and enter them in the next column. And so whatever frequency 84 is, you would see it there. So that would apply for frequency tables. Since we just have a list, we don't need list 2 in this example. Now we're going to go ahead and set up the box and whisker plot. So the first thing you need to do is press second stat plot. All right. And that's these two right here. The stat plot is a really faint blue. It's kind of hard to read on some of the calculators. And then you're going to select plot 1. So this is the menu that comes up. It actually shows a few more plots. And then once you hit enter here, make sure that this plot is going to be on. Hopefully you're going to see the other plots are off, and if not, you'll probably want to adjust that. So make sure the plot 1 is on and the other ones are turned off. For type, right here in this area, you're going to select the 4th icon, which would be the second row first icon. And it looks like a box plot, and you see the little dots. That's the one with outliers, all right? If you don't want to highlight the outliers, you can actually select the 5th icon over here, showing the box and whisker without the dots. The X list is your list of data, all right? You can change list by pressing second and then list. So that would be this blue button, and see stat right above it in blue is list. Now frequency right here should be 1 unless you have a frequency list, in which case you would go ahead and do that second list and pick the appropriate list for your frequency list. On the marks, if you want to change them, you can. I never mess with it. So once we've got this all set up, we're ready to graph it. So guess what you're going to press? Graph, right there on the top right under the main screen. And if you see a blank graph, which you might, and most likely you will the first time, you're going to have to press zoom right there in the middle. And then scroll to, you're going to get a menu, and you're going to have to keep scrolling until you get to 9 zoom stat. This is the zoom we use pretty much all year for all of our graphing purposes. So remember that one. Zoom 9 gets you to this picture right here. Now, if you want to see the individual values, there's one other great button here called Trace. And you do that with the arrows here, and you can actually hit Trace and scroll through the values. Now I'm going to go ahead and quickly show you again. First of all, your data is under Stat, which I pressed right there, Edit, press Enter, and you can see my whole list of data here. Once you do that, you hit second Stat Plot, hit, see all my other plots are turned off. I can press 1, that'll actually work, or just hit Enter. And you can see I'm in plot 1 because that's highlighted. Plot's on, which is good. This time I'm going to go ahead and turn on the plot without the outliers. So I can hit Enter there. And notice that it got rid of the dots because I don't have outliers to put on anymore. Then make sure I have the right data list. If I don't, I can go second list and scroll to and change data list. Since I don't have another list, if I put a list with no data in it, I will get an error. Hit Graph. And now you can see I see a slightly different plot because that outlier is not highlighted. I'm going to go ahead and put the outlier back though, because I like to see it with the outliers. So here we go. Enter. And now my dots show again, and hit Graph. And if you want to see the values, if I hit Trace, you can see it's right there. And then here's the minimum, and it says min X is 15. This one just says X is 60. Here, see how smart it is? It says Q1 is 66. Median is 77.5. Q3 is 89. And the max is 100.